Hello and welcome to our live stream. Hi, my name is Katharina and I'm the social media designer at Envision Entertainment. We are currently working on a wholesome city builder called Pioneers of Pagonia. And today we would like to show you a sneak peek of our upcoming major economy update, because we have received tons of feedback from you guys and we want to show you what we have been working on in the past months. But I'm not alone. Say hello to my colleagues, Maurice, our social media intern, and Tim, our art director. Hello, you guys. How are you doing?
Hey, thanks. Hello to everybody.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So great to have you here because we are playing a cozy co-op session today. And as you can see, our busy pioneers are already collecting some wood in the background. And we want to give you a little insight on what we have planned for our upcoming major update. There is an entirely new landing party. Can already show you here on the ship. We only start with 25 carriers and 25 pioneers and no resources. So that is going to be the biggest new feature, and we have to start this session entirely from scratch. And I will change the light setting because I think our pioneers arrived at night time or at evening time, so I switched to cloudy daytime. And we can observe our little pioneers already, collecting some wood from the nearby forest. Maybe, Tim, you can tell us a little bit more about the new pioneer unit we have created.
Yes, okay. Because of this new addition to give all the players the possibilities to really start from scratch, so to say, with really barely any resources and only a handful of people, we created the new Pioneer unit, which also makes sense in a game which is called Pioneers of Pagonia. To be able to really harvest resources, several resources at the beginning, and is able to fetch wood and also stones and copper chunks, which are also new, so newer versions, smaller versions of that. And this version is capable of doing all this very early work in a very early settlement.
Yeah, so when we scout the map, we can already see that we have some copper chunks lying around. This is also a new addition, that the Pioneer is now able to pick up a copper chunk before be able to harvest the boulders of copper. But it's outside of our territory, so I think first thing we should do is placing a guard post, which can be built with 3 wood to start expanding the territory. And what's also new is the resource depot, where pioneers can be employed and harvest wood, stones, and copper in this range. You see it here. So I think some convenient placement would be somewhere where we get a little bit of everything, I guess. So you see here the small trees can be harvested, but also the rocks lying around. And maybe we can also build a second one later when we reach the copper chunks. So I will probably start building the depot around here. So we have both stone and wood. And as usual, we always have to connect it with the road system.
Or maybe we build a second one as well, especially close to the stone chunks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we have the guard post. Maybe somewhere around here.
Yeah, sounds good. I think close to the copper chunk so that we get this early on. Yeah, perfect.
So, yeah, what we have here in this first stage, I can maybe show the new settlement progression here. We have an overview. When you press K, you see that we are in the first stage of wood, basic construction material. And yeah, these are the recommended buildings for this level. We have the pioneers, and we also can recruit the guards later to broaden our territory. And the next goal, which is also displayed here in the objectives, is that we gain access to copper to then move on to the next milestone of these buildings here. So for now, we don't have to focus too much on the other stages. We concentrate on the basic construction materials. And I see here we can also build a forager's hut already with 2 pieces of wood. And I think this would also be recommended because I can see we have some nice raspberry bushes over here.
I already did one.
Yeah, oh, very good. Yeah, we didn't see it in the stream because I showed the progression, but yeah, nice work. And we also have the new mushrooms resources, which looks extra yummy. They can be picked up by the forager as well. Yeah, and we get to the huts later on. I think one of the coolest new features, I really love that the pioneers are able to prepare their food at their own huts. So they pick up the meal ingredients and then go back to the huts and cook their own comfort meals. So you can have a bigger population from the start, or grow your population from the start. So maybe a little disclaimer here for the resource depot. This is only a placeholder building. As I said earlier, we are streaming from the alpha version. So this is all still in testing. And yeah, if you guys want to join the alpha test, you're more than welcome to do so. And yeah, you can find more details on Discord or on Steam. Yeah. And we can see here the pioneers already being very busy and breaking down the little rocks stone.
Yeah, I think we should start also build some huts now.
Yeah.
Because it takes some time. Yeah. That's really important because the change is that the ship is no longer a home where people which is counted as home. So we see in the upper top bar this minus 41 house capacity, balance of homes. Yeah, this one exactly. And there we can see we need to create new huts so that we can increase our population, which is important for having more carriers. So this is really important to keep an eye on carriers. Okay. Also, we should continue to prepare the workshop. Maybe you want to place it somewhere.
Yes.
So we should connect the roads to the resources so that they don't have such a long way to get to the workshop. Okay, so also what is new is the pioneers, they also flatten the terrain. They have kind of a new tool, the stone hoe, and this is less efficient than, for example, later the diggers, but at the end they can do the same job, but it takes more time. But the advantage is that this tool can be made by wood and stone, so that's kind of really a very early tool.
Yeah, to recruit the guards later on, we also can place the village hall, right?
Yep.
Maybe Maurice, you want to find a place for the village hall?
Sure. I would like here make a little village center.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
As if we've planned this. Yeah, and I also love that the forager doesn't need a tool anymore. Like when you place the forager's hut, the pioneers immediately turn into the needed foragers and start working. So yeah, so you have food from the early beginnings.
So I'm teasing now a new feature. What we also have is the decorations. So that's also new. So I have here, maybe Katharina, you can show the construction tab.
Mm-hmm.
Several items we can use to make our settlement much more unique and nice and cozy. So they have basically no real gameplay functions. So they also doesn't cost anything. But yeah, we thought that's really a nice idea to give the players this possibility to make everything more nice. And right now I'm using this as a little hint for us to spare the bushes, because this area the bushes will regrow, and we could also place some buildings over it, but then we wouldn't get any bushes, and this is our early source for food, so that would be good to have it. And I also to maintain it and preserve it, and that's why I also place a little fence for my colleagues here as a little reminder. Please don't build something on top of it.
I really love this new feature. I think the villages are going to look so much more unique to the play style of the players. And already our Discord is full of wonderful screenshots of what our alpha testers are doing with it already. So I think this has huge potential, definitely, for even more beautiful Pagonian villages. And also switched the lightings to a darker lighting settings to see that all the details here with the point lights. It just makes it even more cozy.
Yeah. But maybe we switch back to the sunrise or so.
Mm-hmm.
I also like this because it's a very cozy. Yeah, so it really supports this kind of complete new beginning of the game start here. Okay, great. And you can see there's much more to which I can place. For example, I can here place some nice trees and other stuff. So here, really kudos to our artists, especially Alex, who invested a lot of love and time into it, and also RJ, one of our interns, who also contributed a lot to this.
Yeah, we also have the cat statue. Can't be missed in a Pagonian village. We are a lot of cat people here at Division. Some of them are dog people. But we decided to have the cat statue to, really pay tribute to all the new cats we have running around in Pagonia.
Oh yeah, you can really zoom in. One of the players says you can really zoom in because you can misreel all the details what you're investing to the game. Maybe you want to zoom in a bit sometimes here and there to show, for example, the cat statue. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so pretty with all the flowers and the little can.
Yes. But We will also have a certain stage, a dog statue, I promise.
Okay, so
Okay, so our housing, so we need more houses. So maybe someone's taking over the job.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Great. So, okay, so maybe Katharina, you can show the workshop maybe with a kind of new production menu. So because we want to make sure that everything keeps working.
yeah, we have the workshop here, and I think the first thing we probably are going to need are the spares for the guards to expand our territory, right? So maybe we should produce minimum stock here because we will need more in the future, I guess.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
And also later on, we are going to need builders definitely. So we keep that in mind to have enough hammers ready at the given time.
Yeah. Yeah, we could also increase our pioneers a bit so that we have actually more workers building our stuff.
So yeah, next to the workshop, the guild hall is just village hall is just finished.
Yeah, that's also new with a kind of new beginning from scratch. We are now able to recruit our first military units here as well. This is a kind of unique feature of this early building. So we can see we have here the guards. We don't need a military training ground for this, and also a soldier. But for the soldier, we need later copper and also the wood workshop. But at the beginning, the guard is fine because the spear is, yeah, as Katrina showed, with just wood and stone. We can make a very early spear version.
Yeah, and I think they're already starting to produce them. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, maybe Tim, you would like to share a little bit more about the process of the design process of the village hall, for example, like what ideas go into it, and like all the other materials that has been used. So,
Yeah, that was really an exciting task, I have to say, is because when we discuss internally this kind of new possibility to have this very early game start with really starting with literally nothing, we wanted to support this idea with its kind of first building materials. So we have the stone and wood. Just before having, for example, wooden trunks and planks, like it is later on the case. So we having more basic materials, and we wanted to reflect this also in the design. So you can see in all those buildings, especially as here in this village hall, is that you can see those branches, big branches are used, so where you don't have need a kind of a woodcutter or sawmill. You have this lot of straw, and that's basically it. And we also have this kind of these walls with this how's it called, Katharina? These more reed stuff. And and this also gives the player the feeling, okay, I really started here just using what I can find and just pick up from the ground and use this to build still this typical pioneer Pagonia buildings. And this was really the fun task art-wise to think about how we can extend the current design with this kind of new approach of having more basic materials.
nice. Yeah, thank you so much. I really like the design of the new building. Also, that they have like a little fireplace in the middle. Also, the torches with giving a little bit of light around them. Yeah, I think it's really fits nicely into this new beginnings atmosphere.
Yes, and from the shape, we thought it's really nice to have it close to the little huts. Maybe you can zoom in one of them, because it's a similar shape more or less, but it's bigger when you see the little huts. So you zoom in a bit. Yeah, exactly. So it's basically very similar. So that when you create, we're always thinking about how the settlement can look like. You know, when you put everything together, which kind of buildings stands out more. Also for gameplay readability, so that you always find the right buildings, and and that it makes a really nice overall picture, you know, of your settlement, and that's why we made the shapes similar. Yeah, and it's really consistent. And we added a lot of smaller details because we also love the idea in having the food prepared and that people eat there. So that's why we made, for example, in this building, the roof put more stretched out, or extending more in front of the door, so to give this cozy vibes. You know, that even it would start to rain if there's no weather, we know, but they would be a bit shielded. So yeah, we really love this level of detail.
Yeah. Maybe we can catch one pioneer cooking a meal. We don't have to. I think there is no one cooking right now. Because when they successfully did so and go back to their huts, there's another surprise guest, animal guest coming around, but we will see in time.
Okay. So how's our tool side? Do we have any tools? We have the spears. The guards are now extending. Yeah, great.
Yeah, perfectly. Oh, and we found the copper chunks.
Yeah, I would suggest to create a new one here.
Perfect. Oh, there's now a second one.
Well, there's a second one, yeah. Maybe we remove one? Just say.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's give him the focus of just doing the copper chunks. Maybe we disable all the other resources. Great.
So nice.
Yeah, so we also improved a lot the whole landscape, the whole map, you know, with the different kind of terrain and terrain shapes. So so we have a more vertically organic working map generator, which creates more of these nice cliffs and more steeper areas. You can surely choose your playstyle and saying, okay, I want to have more flat building ground, or if you are more interested in having more mountains, you can also have this as well. But we really like the kind of new possibilities you have, what the terrain is giving you. And also with this new game start, it's getting more important where the stuff is, and you have to really more think about where you place your stuff first. Because, for example, we don't have the woodcutter yet, so we have to create around the trees. So we not just can't flatten them right away in this when we start like this. So we have more to adapt. Yeah, and exploration becomes more interesting to see where the next stuff is located. Yeah, but on the other hand, you also have to be a bit careful, because if you advance too much into a different direction and you don't find any of the small rocks, you might get a problem. So you really have to think about and look on the mini map, where's the next stuff.
Yeah, I think the stuff is coming in, and now we finally have our copper chunks.
Yes, we need to get more population going. I see we only have 0.4.
So now we have reached the next milestones, and our pioneers are cheering about the fact. Also a little dialog here on the left side. We have obtained copper. We can access new tools and buildings, and we can directly switch to the new settlement progression. And as we see it now, the next milestone is highlighted, and we can now move on to the next buildings and the builder unit, as well as the soldier. So we also have, we've done all the objectives here, so we can close that. And the next stage would be to gain access to softwood trunks, or to gain access to cloth.
Yep. Also nice is you can move the objectives to the side if you want to have the screen a bit more free. Maybe you can show this, Katharina, with this little arrow on the objective. Yeah, exactly. So you have a bit more room for that. Before it was on a hotkey, but now you have also a button in the HUD.
Oh, but the hotkey is still working though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, we also gave an overhaul to this whole objective HUD menu so that you can see better what is the next stuff, what you have to do. And we added all those colors for buildings and commodities and people, because before it was quite hard to see this.
Yeah, I think also the colors make such a difference. It's now much easier to see at first glance what's missing and what kind of resources you need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have now no space left in our residential buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if there's any questions in the chat, we also can pick some up and answer them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay. The alpha is already a pleasure to play. Can't wait for the full release. Thank you so much. But also thank you so much for all the feedback you have already given us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now at this status, and we are still interested in more feedback. So if you would like to join the alpha, you can still do and leave us some feedback on our Discord or on Steam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we should do a woodcutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still reading the chat.
Okay, then Maurice, do you want to with the woodcutter?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to look. Okay, so there's also the other buildings. Okay, important is also at the beginning is to get flags for cloth, and at the beginning you are more you have to rely more on the wild flags finding, which is growing somewhere in the wilderness. Because it's a bit later, you can really create farms and where you can plant flags yourself. So I watched a bit and I found flags here in this corner.
Mm-hmm.
So we should progress there. I also created here a second tower, so we can use this and just focus on the flags. Mm-hmm. Also, what we can show is in the menu now you can see all those little star icons, which are just literally showing the kind of new available stuff, so that you keep track on what you what's now usable in the construction menu. So this also was important for us, so that that you can always see, okay, what is new, what you can play around with.
Yeah. I think as soon as we click on it or try to build it, the star disappears, right?
Yes. 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 And when you just click it, then actually the star disappears. But I always use this as keep in mind. Okay, this was new, but maybe I place it later. Yeah. Okay. Are there any questions?
Yeah, someone asked in the chat if we can follow around our pioneers, like with a cinematic. Well, the feature I can show you is this one. You can click on a unit and then click on the circle here on the right corner. And then you can also switch off the UI and you can follow your pioneer around to his next destination.
Yes, it's a nice screensaver.
Yeah.
Okay, so our population is running. That's good. So
what
for
about
food,
the
we have
buildings we can place.
Yeah, I think what's important was the woodwork shop, right?
Yeah.
Is this what we can do? Yeah. So where is it? Where is it? Does someone just place it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just place it, please. Yeah, great. Yeah. So there we can have. Can you click it, please? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we also have the builders shortage. They're all currently busy. So, we already have the minimum stock on the hammers. So that should be up and running, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I just said, okay, just always produce 3 as minimum stock, so that best case scenario, you always have something ready for new jobs. When you click the woodwork shop, please, so that we can see what this is producing exactly. So you can see here that for food, this is very interesting to have hunters and fishers. So this we can prepare now. I think this would be good to increase our food and population growth. So that's why it was good to expand to this flux stuff, so that we then can make ropes. That's I think really a good step forward.
Yeah.
Because there's so many wildlife running around.
Where do we produce ropes? At the weaver, right?
Yes.
Weaving shack.
So yeah, we can also create a weaver already, just in preparation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're running out of stone, so I'll put a depot right over here, where we found some new stone.
Yes, you can. Sure. So we should always create enough pioneers so that we can keep up. Okay, but I think we have here too.
Okay, already almost there.
What also is nice is when you create a tower now, it's also new, or the scout posts or towers, you get a kind of exploration radius. So you see a bit more of the landscape. The fog is a bit get revealed to a certain degree. So to help you a bit at the beginning out to see a bit more far ahead, because we don't have an explorer yet. So this town's growing. So, but we need soon new huts, so we should increase.
We also have another question from the chat. For 1.0, will there be a campaign to progress through? I think you can answer this one, Tim, right?
Yes. Yeah, so that was I think that's a big request by the community from the beginning when we started the game, and this was also always in our minds to have something like this. And yeah, and right now we're working on that. So we will have a full campaign with several maps and a consistent storyline. So we will tell the story about the world of Pagonia, what's up with the pioneers, and yeah, certain threats and dangers. And the tutorial map already shows story content as well. So yeah, this is something what we planned for 1.0 to get into our world and into the game.
Oh, another cheering from the Pagonians. We gained access to softwood trunks. Now we can begin to grow our economy.
Yeah, I think that's because that cheat trunk. So we have a lot of more stars now. Yeah, exactly. I see.
Access.
Okay. Access. So
more resources, hopefully.
yeah. So we can now have a lot of miners and people, but they all need then rations. And this makes we can create already rations with the stuff what we found with raspberries and mushrooms. So we could prepare to build this building. I think this would be good.
The professional, right?
Yeah, the provisioner, yeah.
Let me find some space. I just wanted to place more decorations, then I thought, oh, maybe we need the space for more buildings. I think you can't go, I mean, you can go crazy if you want, but then you don't have enough space, maybe. So, the provisioner here. Maybe I can place a little one just here next to the depot. A tree or something. Yeah. I want the pink one.
Okay, so we always have to keep up with the huts. So we can create some more.
Already -1 again.
Yeah, and our start of the alpha, the huts had less people living in the hut, so we increased that. So it's getting more cozy inside, but I think it's more convenient for us, so we don't have to create too much of this at the beginning. So this was something of feedback what we received, and we playtest ourselves. But I think we will heading soon to creating the next level of hut soon, I guess, when we having the next material, the stones. So we can also prepare that soon. The quarry, right?
Yeah. Where did we find the first stone boulder?
So they are here, some here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now we also can create the surface mining, the copper, coal, iron, and so on. So which we now be more efficient. Let's say that. But what I really like with this kind of small resource depots now is because I think that we think that they always stay relevant even in later game, because you find always some resource points and they are quickly built. So this is important. That is a 1-by-1 building, so that it's always erected really fast, and you can get the materials which are lying around very quickly. So yeah, so this is something what we also thought about, is that the buildings are more relevant throughout the whole session. So we need the flags more. So it's taking a while to get there. Why is that? They're waiting for material. So we need more stones.
Yeah. I just started to build the quarry. But the miners, they're going to need the tools, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, you can also always press this button here, and then you also have the same buildings from the settlement progression overview, and you can see what milestone you already reached.
I speed up a bit the time. We can increase the time by 2, by 3, by 5. That's sometimes convenient. On the other hand, sometimes dangerous because you sometimes maybe miss something. So I speed up a bit to get here in this area a bit faster the flux. But then we should.
I discovered also the smaller rocks.
Yes. Okay, I go back to 1.
Okay. We have a question from the chat. I see you have lots of huts, but no inn. You mean a tavern, right? I always thought we need an inn, otherwise huts are useless. But this is new. We have the more simple huts and not the cottages. And here, Pagonians can prepare their own food in the beginning. And when we progress more, we still are going to build a tavern with tavern tables and cottages in the area, because this is way even more efficient than here in the start. But this makes sure that you can already supply your population and grow your population from the very beginning without needing the tavern or the cottages.
Yes. Later it's getting interesting to have them because the taverns, they can, or the other buildings, they can digest more different sorts of food as well, and you can increase then the population by increasing the quality of the pleasure meats, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always looking for a stock, but I cannot find one right now. We need more food.
Yeah, our population is decreasing a bit. So I think we should soon get the flax. So I also created the forager's hut, which is really important at this stage because it can harvest the flax. So, okay, everything's waiting for that. For the wood workshop, this hammer is needed.
I think we could think about doing another workshop, so to get our tool production going.
Yes.
So.
Also, this spot here really waits for a fishing hut, because that's a little nice spot. And we see a lot of seagulls flying over it, so we thought that would be a nice little indicator where they go eating. So maybe there's something for us as well.
Yeah, you can see the seagulls really before you can see the fish. But then when you start placing the hut, as I just showed, you see the fish outlined as well. But I think it also would have worked here on the other side, right?
I think we should maybe later build a second one, or you already can, because this is a kind of a big reservoir, so we can fish from both ends, and we can increase a bit the harvesting.
Yeah, if we can train 6 fishermen at once, if we have enough rope for the fishing rods.
Yeah, I think it soon come in because the first flux is incoming.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna place it here. The fishing hut is one of my favorite buildings, and I love to place it on the beach. It always reminds me of holiday. I don't know why.
Okay, but we also new stone.
And we have another really nice detail, which you can see if I maybe place the road like this a bit. You can see that the transition from the road to other sediment types changes. So we have a little bit more of the bright rocks here, and yeah, have like a smooth transition between the grass and the beach area, which I think is such a nice touch. Shout out to Marius.
Yes, this also was something he was really keen on improving. And it took a bit of time, but yeah, it's for readability, because some areas, some roads were sometimes hard to see, and on the other hand, sometimes it was really brutal to have the same looking road through, for example, a swamp or the stone, and now it's much more nicer.
Yeah. We don't have a swamp area yet, right? Because also the road in a swamp area looks so cool now with like little muddy puddles around.
Yeah, I don't see any right now here close. But yeah, let's see what's waiting. I'm looking to this area. This looks a bit promising here up.
Yeah, you can see also the new map gen really nicely here with the big mountain and the cliff. Oh, it's the first time I look in this direction. It looks so nice with the fog and yeah, because that's kind of a trick. If you go up on a mountain a little bit and then turn the camera, you have a much bigger overview over your village.
Yes. Yeah, and what I really think is, this early settlement feeling comes really well now because of this lots of roofs with this hay and straw. And then soon when we create the first buildings like the provisioner with this typical shingles with these orange colors, then yeah, it really can tell a story, of your settlement, how you progressed. When you see the early ones and later you build the villages, then this also looks different. This was important for us as well. So we could now place all those new buildings right in between this settlement, but if we are building more visually nice, we could try to place the orange houses more somewhere else. Then the artist is speaking out of me right now.
Yeah, it's up to you, Tim. We have, because I think I forgot to mention, this is a peaceful map. We are concentrating really on just building up a beautiful early village. So yeah, we definitely we try to make it look pretty, but also effective. Okay, but I think we are reaching the next milestone. We have produced cloth. New equipment and buildings are accessible. So yeah, here's the next milestone. And we can build storages. Yay! We have enough resources for that. Construction camps and military camps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have some more questions we can answer? So now you have the chance. Yeah, the chance.
Yeah, let me look. That cliff top is nice, a nice place to relax at evenings. Yeah, totally agree. Birds were amazing addition to the game, but I think we have had birds for a really long time, didn't we? Or do you mean the storks, the new ones, sitting on the top of the huts? Yeah, I think. Okay, someone wrote, someday would be nice to be able to go into first-person view, looking from someone's eyes. What do you say to that, Tim?
I can share this because, yeah. So, because we really think that would be really nice to give the players more options to dive more into our little world. So I totally can second that. Right now we can't focus on that because it's lots of technical stuff. Because we still want to give you a great experience in what you see then. So it's it's kind of a bigger task, and right now we are not focusing that. But yeah, it's on our bucket list as well to give more freedom to that. Also, as we, for example, created more freedom and be able to zoom more out, because when we started early access, the camera was more limited, and we increased that. But yeah, we are aware, and I really would go for it, but right now it's not our focus. And because we plan to that we work on 1.0, and we have features like the campaign and lots of stuff in there, and yeah, we want to make everything really nice, so that we have to choose a bit what we have to focus and which brings the most to the experience. But yeah, as said, I like this as well.
We have another question asking if this is the progression we recommend in general. And I think, because we will have different landing parties. So if you want to start from a more progressed stage, you can do that later. So you have more resources in the beginning and get to the middle game a little bit faster. But I think for this new beginnings landing party with only 50 units, I would say this is the recommended progression to get into the game and to reach milestone after milestone, depending on the resources you find on the map.
Yes. So basically, you can really play the game as before, because we want to provide several landing parties, which will have more people on board, more professions, so you don't need all the tools. Because, for example, if you have already fishers with their rod, you can just place it, and then the people will go into the buildings. Also, you might have a lot of already resources which were on this list here and are already available from start. So it's basically up to you, to go into this extra possibility to go from scratch, or just play as usual. But we think that also the settlement progression also gives more experienced players also more guidance and overview what kind of stuff is usable or not. Because even in the way before, you could literally build a lot of stuff, but they weren't usable. But you could never see it. You had to know it just by know the game. And now this is already still a tool which helps you to keep on track. And when you, for example, click on this one, Katharina, you can see that even that we suggest new players to just focus on the usable buildings, you always can click on those red boxes and you can see already what will be usable later on. And you still can place the stuff, because we know that lots of people like to plan their settlement way ahead and to save space, and you can always do so. So we don't want to limit that. So we see it, everything what we did here, as an extra. Also with better balancing and more resources, like the smaller chunks, which are also new. So it's coming more stuff to it, but at the end, the idea is that everything is a bit more understandable and more freedom.
Yes, thank you for that,
Yeah.
Marie. I think that was quite nicely put. Definitely also cool for new players who want to experience Pagonia for the first time, and received a lot of feedback that a lot of buildings can maybe feel too much freedom, can feel a little bit too overwhelming. So this is more as a guidance, but as Timm said, you're still totally free to plan ahead, and we're not restricting you from building all the buildings before.
Yes. Yeah, we heard a lot that the learning curve is maybe a bit hard, and we love the way you can just place a lot of buildings right from beginning. You have the ship fully loaded, and it really also brings a lot of fun just to start, and place everything. But to some people, this is sometimes a bit overwhelming. And and we heard a lot of requests Also from experienced players to be able to really go from scratch and really increase the difficulty. You can really increase the difficulty a lot, by having a more difficult terrain or having enemies or lots of not so many resources, and they really want to go really hard in that and really think every step ahead, when they have only a few resources available. And now they can have this also as new players, which can have kind of very mild start. And everybody else who likes the game as before also can have this with more guidance, with the menu and stuff, with all the help of the settlement progression. We really hope that that you also like this as well. And what was also nice by all this kind of changes, we also had the abilities to create more new buildings into this, because this was also a lot of fun for the art department to create all those new buildings.
Yeah, I think they look really fantastic. They did an amazing job, and it still feels like Pagonia and just all the little details around the huts. The garlic, which is an Easter egg. We never shared this before. Maybe we will at some point. There is some story around the garlic.
Yes, it's not a big secret.
No,
but
no. It's a funny one.
Yes, yeah. So yeah. So sometimes the team comes together and we cook together, and there was one team member who really loved to put a lot of garlic into the food, and it really did such a big impression to the whole team that we thought, let's put these little things into it to remind us of the garlic collar we had. Garlic fallout.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
The garlic incident.
Incident, yes, it was an incident.
So we have the fishing hut. The fishers up and running. Stuff is incoming. Great. And here they are already collecting more food. Because I think that the miners really need food, right?
Exactly. And we can also now build mining, like the copper. Mm-hmm. The copper hut, I just built one.
And the coal hut.
Yes.
There's a copper hut over here.
Perfect.
Still.
Yeah, we're waiting for staff. So they need a hammer, and we need some more Pagonians.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we have mined stone blocks. Many new buildings are accessible. Another milestone.
When these things come, when this message comes up, I always hear Hand of Blood yelling.
Yeah, we now can build the Explorer's Hut. We have enough resources for that. That is so great. The guard tower, so we're getting more and more to all the buildings. Most of our players are used to. Mm-hmm. So that's great.
So maybe someone creates the Explorer's Hut, and I create the first real guard tower. Mm-hmm. More here on top.
So, in which direction do we want to explore?
Yeah, I think we have here to find all Pagonian settlements, so there are some. So let's try to look for them.
So, would you go more to the right-hand side or more to the left?
I think this doesn't matter. Maybe a bit closer to the provisioner, so that maybe then the path there is not so long, because the range of the explorer is really so huge.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I build it. Is there anything I'm blocking here?
Oh, now we can build these bigger. The next cottage. Okay, so let's
And can
Have
we
a look.
already place the tavern, or is it? No, this is still for the next milestone, right? Yeah.
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 But we need soon the first market stall because the cottages need a market stall. So this is also a bit new, so that the market stall is not just exclusively for the taverns. So I just created here some new cottages, and maybe someone wants to create a nice little market stall area.
Yeah, you
Sure, I
can
can
do that,
try that.
Maurice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you, Maurice, you've been our social media intern for 3 months now, and so you've been in Pagonia a lot, making recordings, cutting videos for our social media. So you got used to like building beautiful places and make them look nice. So if you could live somewhere in Pagonia or work in a building, which one would you choose?
That's a good question. I think, let me see. I mean, live, of course, I would live in such a cute hut by the beach, probably. I really love that. It's this vacation feeling, living on the beach in a hut made of sticks, basically. And work. That's a good question. Maybe in the tavern or with the provisioner, just making the food for everyone else. I think that's a nice job.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah, I totally agree with living in a cozy hut at the beach. I think this is really a dreamy thought. I like that. So Tim, where would you live in Pagonia?
Where the dog stay is, you know. Do you know where it is?
I forgot. But we
It's a
haven't
little.
built it yet, right?
No, it's a little hidden object game. It's floating on the water.
Oh. So on the ship.
Yeah, so there's this little puppy, you see?
Yes. Oh, I totally didn't see that. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. I have to admit, I forced somebody to just model our own family dog, which is this one. It's Leo, and yeah, that's also my place.
Right.
It's also at the sea. I really second that. Also have the possibilities to see some other islands. I think that's I love it.
Yeah, that's a good place to stay. Oh yeah, someone in chat says he killed a lot of rabbits too for all the content he made. So Maurice,
I did, yeah.
how many times did the hunter have to shoot the rabbit for that one shot in the video?
Quite a lot, yeah. Let's just say that.
No real pets were harmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a hunter, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, so our food still has a little. How's the carrier? Carrier's okay. Yes, so when you go to the carrier statistics, do you know where it is?
Yeah.
A bit lower now, onto the unit itself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what Volker told me just before, is that it's really good to have some idle carriers as well, so that it's okay if there's some lazy guys sitting in the cottage or huts, because if you have, I think for the experienced players this is kind of no-brainer, but maybe to some newer ones it's interesting, because if you have some idling characters, you have always some ready up for your next tasks and wishes, and you don't have to wait. So it's always good to have some people idling to avoid downtimes. So that's why it looks good to us right now.
Yeah. But it says that they are very busy, low number of carriers available for transportation and training. So, but ready for new tasks are 22. So you think that would be enough to have like a little, some little extra carriers on the side?
Yeah, so it just that idle is not really bad. Let's say that it's good to have also idling people, but you can't have enough carriers, so to say. So the down arrow is something we should do something against that soon.
I hear the stock now. It's my moment to show them off. Yeah. Also, I love this little detail now. The stock indicating if newborns arrived in Pagonia, and also really, playing nicely into the what you see is what you get principle. That even without clicking on the HUD, I have the UI switched off now. You can still see that your population is growing.
So we should build our guild hall now. I place it more here to the side. Oh, there's a lot of decoration space gone.
Yeah.
But look, but mission fulfilled. I think it will be a very nice market area.
Yeah, I needed that space.
Yeah, it's a kind of question of priorities, right?
Yeah.
I love it already. It looks so nice.
Yeah, so that's why I placed the guild hall right next to it.
Yeah, especially to get this market feel, like really to have a space where Pagonians go collect their food, and also with the little details, with a little board here. I really love that.
When you click maybe the village hall, could you please? No, the village hall.
Yeah.
The other one, that one. Yeah, exactly. So you can see, for example, there the auto recruiting. So the workers ordered by building, and we're working soon on. I think the next update you will also have the chance to see what kind of units are able to. No, you will definitely see a priority button, so you can also give priority to this process here. If you, for example, says, okay, this is more important than others, then you can also, press a button here. I think that's also nice for advanced players. Okay.
So the guild hall will be built, and so the difference is that we have more different kinds of workers we can employ here, right?
Sorry, where?
So with the guild hall, I mean, we have the village hall here. The guild hall, it's we can employ all the other workers that our players were used to in the older version, right? Or has it changed anything?
No, I think this here we have now the digger, which who is more efficient in flattening the areas, which is also becoming a bit more important because we have more organic landscape, so it's more likely to have more steeper areas, and it takes time. So, for example, if you play more with enemies, this time could be important. So that's why you have the option to have the digger, but you need a shovel. And you can recruit the trade carriers. Then, as you said, we have all the people available as well. And speaking of which, we see a glimpse of another settlement on the minimap. I think our explorer went there.
Oh yes.
So maybe we can give him the job to go there more and to look a bit more in detail to find the trade center of them. Oh no, we still missed the explorer. It was just by the guard tower. The guard tower
was claiming.
Removed the fog there. Yeah, this is what I meant before, that the guard towers now reveal more area around.
Yeah,
And
I
we
missed
can
it
see a
again.
little.
Because it looks so cool when it's when the construction is finished. The area reveals itself automatically. It's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
and one of the most important features internally is here. We, that
Oh,
was,
look at him!
yeah.
I love it.
I was forced. I was forced in the art area to create this one, from Masha especially.
I mean, the stork also needs something to eat, right?
Correct. It all makes sense.
Yeah, the ecosystem of Pagonia.
Yes.
Yeah, but I love it. They add just such a nice atmosphere to it, and you can also hear like the little rabbits in the background. I was just a little bit confused why everything went so fast all of a sudden, but you you heightened the speed, right?
Yes. Now the frogs jumps down.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was really a nice job from Katja. Also, she modeled and animated the frog. And I really love that this little sea rose leaf is also a bit drifting at a certain time. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Do we have more questions?
Yeah, someone just says, I like new things so far, Hudson Village Hall, very nice. And I like the fact that you can now place individual trees. Well, but these are only for decoration. You cannot fell them. And I think it's also indicated in the decoration that there's like a little stone fence around it and also a wooden fence, which indicates this one is not for chopping. This one is for looking pretty.
Yes. We could add a sign in addition as well, but we thought, okay, this helps. Yeah. It's a bit mean, when you're running out of wood, for example, and you have all these decorative trees, but really said, okay, all those decorations are really strictly not gameplay, have impact on the gameplay. And that's why we said, okay, we can live with that. Because we have so many cozy players as well who love to do this, and we want to give also the freedom here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Someone named Kermit says the frog is great, but frogs as food, oh my god, I'm so sorry. No frog was harmed in Pagonia, or ever will be harmed, I guess.
No.
It was just a joke.
Okay, so this is something new what we can do now. Okay, we're progressing here. The town hall is soon be done. We could maybe increase our wood production by adding a second wood cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Just did.
Yeah.
And yeah, can also maybe create a first storage, because I think some of the storages are quite full. Mm-hmm. So we can create one so to dampen that. To mitigate that, so let's say.
Mm-hmm. Have we already placed? Oh no, we haven't placed the forester yet, right? I mean, we still have some forest left, but we can maybe plan ahead a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe restore this forest area here. We have to see if I don't lock something here. And the forester also needs water, so we build a well. I built it here so I have some space for decorations next to it. Maybe like a little bench or something. Yes. Yeah, I like that. But I love how we already progress. I mean, we see the town is getting busier and busier and getting more into like the puzzle factor, how we call it, the hustling and bustling around of hundreds units. I think it's getting more and more alive, and also I think with the progression, it feels so much more rewarding. You really like look forward, like to build the tavern or to build like a favorite building down the line, and yeah, it really feels so much more like an achievement, in my opinion.
Yes, I also like this personally. We said we focus also in the alpha. I think before it was that the enemies weren't well balanced because we focused on just the basic balancing. I think they got some passes on that. I would not say that they are perfect yet, but I think also it would be interesting. Maybe next play sessions, if you, for example, the players want to test this out and how this whole thing feels with some enemies. Before it was a bit too hard because it wasn't balanced, but I think now we can get more feedback for that as well.
Definitely.
There are a lot of mushrooms here.
Mushrooms. Oh yeah.
The yummy ones.
Yes. And some more wood. And some interesting map gen, but it's not quite revealed yet. You can already see a little bit.
Yes. Also, we increased or revised a lot of the different terrain, the ground texture, so that they look more different. That's also what we did, especially Marius, our technical artist, who's investing his time mostly in the map gen and into the look of it. And yeah, and we have more different looking terrain now, which also looks visually better and also readable for the gameplay. Also, we added the stony area, which is right now not visible. Also, we revised that so that it's better to see and also looking better as well.
So I lost track a little bit of what we can build, or what we should build right now, because we have so much more space now here.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, the explorer finally explores. So we sent him here to this town. Then we have, here in the upper area, we have iron. This would be nice to get iron, because then we have this on our settlement progression, the iron, usable.
Look, can you ping the iron again? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, here.
Okay. Oh yeah. Great. Right on top of this hill.
Yeah, great vista.
And we can maybe then also start building a trading post. Because I think we're going to soon discover the trading post of the other village.
Yeah, I placed the focus point from the explorer right into it. Okay. Yeah, and soon, when we have iron, then we can... Then we can create farms. And then we can really get more food.
Yeah. Oh, we still have to build... oh no, then we can build a coal hut. Okay. Or can we already build a coal hut? Oh, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, maybe you should do that.
Yeah.
It's also in the objectives here. Yeah. So we have coal here.
Yeah, second hunter is good. Yeah, and we can also prepare for the metal stuff. The smelting works. I place it down here.
I think we
Because
already
soon-
discovered silver somewhere here, right?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could also create a silver hut. Okay, we're running a bit out of, I think, the tree trunks. We should maybe build a third woodcutter.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, when you start differently, you normally place lots of woodcutters really right from start. So this is a bit different. So you have to keep this in mind. But yeah, looks good.
Yeah. We have another question from the chat. Because you mentioned about achievements. Yeah, I said the bad word. Achievements are planned later. Yes, I think they're still on our wish list of things we would like to implement. So believe me, we want achievements too. You mean Steam achievements, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a definite yes. So this will definitely come, and we have a nice list of nice ideas. So from the very kind of basic ones, and we have a lot of more ideas. So we will add at a certain point them, and then maybe extend them as well with some more crazy stuff. But yeah, so it's definitely on our list.
Yeah. Everybody loves them and are hunting for them. Someone says in the chat. Yeah, we totally agree.
Yeah. So when sometimes like this takes time, it's not because we don't want them. We really have to let's say choose a bit our battles, because we are completely independent. So there's really no publisher, something like this, here involved. So we completely self-funded with the help of the government and of all the players around. So, and we are a team, something around 20 people, and really dedicated and fully committed to this one here. But yeah, when you see this, what we prepared for the last couple of months, and now preparing also campaign and 1.0, so really have to choose a bit what we have to do next. And that even as it sounds simple, maybe as achievements, really have to plan this ahead. And that's why sometimes things takes a bit. But yeah, they're not forgotten, and they will definitely be implemented.
Yeah, also a big shout out at this point to our amazing QA team, because they are really looking through every single piece of feedback and also all the ideas you guys post on Discord and on Steam. And yeah, we have a huge list, and be sure everything is read, everything is noted, and also then later discussed in design meetings. So we are definitely appreciating all the ideas you bring to the table. But yeah, I think it's obvious that we cannot like implement each and every one of them, but we read and go through them.
Yes. Yeah, and as you see, we're really open and communicating a lot. But sometimes when we get certain questions, sometimes we can't answer them, because sometimes we're still discussing internally, or also because yeah, we present the game, and also working with press and other people, you know, and to help to market our game. Sometimes for us, because we don't have a publisher, really have to take care that all the communication works best for the game, to promote and present it as best as possible. And sometimes informations are something of valuable for other external partners. So sometimes, yeah, we have to be careful, or which kind of information we tell upfront, or maybe give to other partners, so that they say, oh wow, we get some really important information, and that's why we cover you in certain formats. That's why sometimes, yeah, we'd like to answer all the stuff what you're asking us, but sometimes really have to keep them a bit in our back pocket to place them wisely for the best of the game. And I think that's always I think good to see that that we always think for the best of the game and for you as a player, to invite in the audience, also to keep the fans also to the game. So that's not an easy one, but we really love our job, what we're doing here, and we always try to do the best for it. But we don't have huge publishers behind, so that's kind of important to know.
Someone is asking if we have like a voting system for features, like best input and implementing when many would demand some of these. I don't think we have something like this, but we have in our Discord a little forum where people can give feedback, and there other community members have the possibility to react on this with a remote or join the discussion. So it's more like a discussion and people talking about different features, and we taking this then into consideration.
Exactly. I think you could see that we really putting a lot of feedbacks into the game. That's really good, because we really think that we are really great position to have our clients are the players and not our clients, not a publisher, and then behind then there's a player. I think that's really good. On the other hand, sometimes it's really important to keep in mind that we also have our own game vision, how it all sparks in the beginning, and we follow that kind of a longer plan and roadmap in our mind, what we think what Pagonia should be. But as said, we are really doing this a bit in tandem with the community, but we have strong visions of the game for ourselves as well. Sometimes stuff is matching, sometimes not. But on the other hand, sometimes really reacting to feedback. And for example, the scavs came into the game, they were totally not planned. And sometimes we do this as well. But we also follow our own vision as well.
There's another question, if there is a difference between levelers' ability of leveling terrain compared to the pioneers. I think that's what you explained earlier, Timm, right?
Yes.
The digger will be more efficient than the pioneer.
Mm-hmm. You can show this, for example, when you try to place a building, Katharina, to a bit more steeper area, let's say somewhere here, and then we have a new info. You can now have in the lower box, info box on the right bottom, you can see digging effort or something like this, right? Leveling tasks. And the higher the number, the more it costs. And I think that's a really nice indicator that it helps you to place the stuff more strategically or tactical. And the diggers doing this much faster. So that's why it's important to have them maybe for more this kind of area, and you don't want to lose so much time. For example, when you have werewolves on your sleeves, maybe you want to be faster.
Yeah, I've seen on our Discord there was a screenshot of the moon glen on the top of a mountain, and I think this just looks so great and adds more to the atmosphere that like danger can lurk in the fog in the least expected places. But for now, we are playing a peaceful map right now, which I'm very glad. I really like to focus on just cozy building and not being stressed about any enemies raiding our village. So yeah, I really much enjoy this session right now.
Next time.
Oh, now I didn't open my eyes. Now we have 2 foragers for the mushrooms. I'm sorry. Should I demolish it or should we just leave it?
Just leave it. I think the staff is already incoming, so no harm.
And there are so many of the mushrooms, so maybe it's not too bad. Okay, so can we trade already? So these are the cunning bards. and they need shovels. Oh, and we also have 3 points of interest. We have the Everlasting Light and the Curious Bazaar and something else. I really want to see behind the fog. I want to see how the island looks like. Okay, here we have the Curious Bazaar. Also a really cute detail here, a very special shop vendor. And of course, the garlic, not to be missed. Oh, and we have another Curious Bazaar, okay.
Mushrooms with cooked frogs. I'm not sure.
New Pagonian recipes.
Yes. I mean, if you want to create votes, go for it, but yeah.
Oh, we can see the other village has a really nice veggie farm here in the swamp. That's really cool.
There you can see also the roads within the swamp a bit.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. A little bit, not enough. Oh, here, if you look, maybe. Here you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so now, for those of you who missed it earlier, the visuals of the roads have improved, so they adapt more to the underground, to the sediment type you built on. And here with the swamp, you can see there's still some sticks lying around, maybe just, some more mud and stones, but you can still see that there's a road going through it. So I think this is really nice little detail.
Yeah, Marius did a fantastic job here.
They already have a tavern. I want to build one too. Is this realistic for this stream that we that the goal can be to build a tavern?
Tavern is softwood beams. We need iron. Iron is soon. I think iron and the sawmill. Yeah, iron, we're on our way. Maybe we give a priority here. And we can maybe increase our workforce more.
Okay. Vatmouths commented, the scavs are a great enemy type. If they were unlimited resources, money and time, I really would love to see them getting more buildings. All more stone and industrial oriented. Yeah.
Yeah, would be great. Yeah, would be great.
When will this be released? I want to use new huts already. So if you own the game, you can already join this alpha test. The only thing you have to do is to click right on Steam in your library and go to properties and then choose betas and then choose the alpha branch, which is open for all of the early access players. And then you already have it and can test it, and we would love to hear your feedback on it. But all of the content we've shown so far is part of the major new economy update, which is coming to you soon. We cannot tell you the exact date as of yet, but soon. Still some testing to do, I guess. And first we have to leave alpha state and then go into beta before the release.
Yeah, but big shout out to everybody who's participating in the alpha tests. That's really a big help. And as Katharina said before, every feedback is noted. Also, like our QA really does also a great job because noting everything down and everything is shown, discussed in the team. So that's really a big help.
So, how are we with our iron discovery or iron production.
Yeah, we can speed it up a bit.
Yeah,
So
we have the
then,
hut here, so stuff is incoming. Great.
yeah. Also, our population grows quite good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're already at 385 Pagonians, which is so cool to see now because we started with 50 and now we're almost at 400. Okay, we smelted a silver bar. Increase our wealth or create specialized weapons. Perfect. So now we are able to recruit or produce the resources needed for the Grove Sorceress and the Wise Warlock, which are very important if we had Malthorn enemies. But luckily we don't. So we don't have to recruit them. But it's good to know that we can.
Okay, maybe we also create some trade carriers.
Yes. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. We have here the trading post ready. So we go here to the guild hall and have builders, trade carriers. Perfect. Do we have we built a tailor?
Yes, I think Maurice was so.
Perfect.
Yes, that's what it's over here.
Great. Perfect. So yeah, we should have some backpacks coming in. Yeah. Great.
Okay, so we could also build a treasury and a mint.
Mhm.
Because I think one of the tasks would be is to have to grow wealth, right? Gain wealth. So this could be a job to do.
Yeah. Let me check. So treasury. I mean, we don't have to be scared of bandits, so we can build our treasury whenever we want. Don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, maybe. Oh, here we see the leveling tasks. It's a bit covered by the alpha version tag, but it's like 300, so or like 400. That's pretty steep. But we have diggers, right? So that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. I think that's not a super important task right now, so we just place it and it takes a bit of time. I sped up a bit the sawmills because we got now iron. Maybe we can show the progression, the settlement progression now.
Yeah.
We have now available.
Yeah, we have now our first iron bar. Look at all the new tools and weapons we can produce. Yay! Great. Yeah, we're getting closer to the tavern.
So yeah, now we can do the build the toolsmith and first farms. Also great. Maybe the toolsmith more in the area where the mint, where the smelting works is.
Yeah.
This was also a tip from Volker, but I think for most people maybe a no-brainer. But I also thought it's interesting is to place these processing buildings near the production buildings where it's used, and not where it's harvested. I think this helps also to speed up things. So maybe here somewhere the toolsmith.
Oh here. I was looking for it. Okay. Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a farm coming.
So, Maurice, are you building a farm right now?
Yes, I build a vegetable farm over here.
Yes.
So they can get to work on those pumpkins.
Because we know we all love pumpkins.
We do.
I'm not so sure if Volker also loves pumpkins, or was it cabbages? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, but I mean, pumpkins, you can place them anywhere, right? They are still growing.
So I have to place some decorations here on top where the nice settlement's coming, because I'm sure Alex is watching sooner or later.
Yes.
So okay, but this is really nice when you maybe go from this point on and look back. So this bit what I meant is, you see now the early settlement, and now we have this more orange areas here on top. And this is a nice storytelling of your settlement.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks so great. Also
Yeah.
in the different lightings. Yeah, in the cloudy daytime, you see it even better with the different roofs and tilings instead
Yes.
of the straw.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The map generator now has much more impact to your game experience, because it's completely random and new generated. It's also a big shout out to Frank, who was the coder behind this one, and it impacts so much the gameplay experience now, because you always encounter new formations and new challenges and maybe new nice vistas for your settlement.
Yeah, and look over here. This is what I meant earlier. You could see like the shape a little bit in the fog, and then I was like, okay, there's some interesting map giant hiding behind here, and I was right. Like, you can really see there's some seagulls flying, so there's probably another nice beach with some fish here, 2 mountains, and like this little, this little arm of the island, and yeah, you can place buildings there as soon as it's claimed. So this gives just such a nice new look and feel to the whole of Pagonia, really.
Yeah. Also, our terrain blending has been improved a lot, so that all the different textures on the ground are more blended more smoothly together. Before it was a bit limited, and sometimes you saw some artifacts, and Ralph worked a lot on that to improve this. Ralph also answers a lot in the Discord, about technical stuff, about I think latest NVIDIA driver things. He's writing a lot. So yeah, you can also always reach our people in Discord quite well.
Oh, you made an impression with your wealth. It's good to hear. Who doesn't like to hear that? And we finished the trade. Oh, perfect. Yeah, sometimes I forget because I'm so in awe of how beautiful everything looks to put in like trade orders and stuff. But maybe we can start on the shovel trade, because they need shovels, right?
Yes. Also need saws for our sawmill. We should prioritize the saws here. We have some more questions.
Frank is in the chat and is glad that we're having fun. Yes, we have. People are loving the view. I also like the view. And there's someone writing they had a good relaxation times with settlers on the Amiga after school. 2 days a month. It's good to hear.
Yeah. Can also remember back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay, so where we have something missing. The mint, we can build a mint. Oh, and we have the treasure hunter available.
Oh, do we? Oh, I've been waiting for this one as soon as I saw the ruins here. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's some space left here. Our population is still growing. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Watmos. The mint is really also one of the very early buildings, and yeah, we really thought about how to envision to visualize this, how the coins are pressed. But yeah, it works quite well. But it's not work safety is not the highest priority here in Pagonia, I have to admit. Especially when you see the sawmill, when the people are throwing in the trunks. Could be quite dangerous, but
Wow.
they're all experts.
Yeah, they're skilled workers, professionals.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, we don't have something like an infirmary or like a healer in Pagonia, right? These things just don't happen. No accidents happen in Pagonia.
Yeah, except the accidents called werewolves.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find some space for the mint. You said earlier I should place it close to the other production, like steel production buildings.
Yeah, it's not possible here, so then I think it's put somewhere else because of the trees.
Yeah. Or maybe here it's not possible either. Ooh, but we have so much more space up here.
Yeah. There's a lot of also nice farming grounds now.
Ooh, and there was
Also yeah.
Limestone. That's
Yes.
also very important.
Also, we should create flux farms. I think there's some soil which is good for it. I don't know, Maurice, have you spotted it?
Yeah, I think it should be this soil over here. So maybe you can build one here.
Yeah. And right next to it, you can see now the stony terrain, which is here. This is also newly done. You can see now it's looking more dry, and you see more stones coming out of it, and it fits really nice now to the new map terrain generator. Yeah, and it gives a bit more feeling that you can't farm so much onto it. Like nothing.
Yeah. Also have here in the little tooltip, it's best for flags. Yeah.
Yeah, flags really important for the ropes and cloths. But not in the early beginning, but yeah. Except the ropes for fishing and so on, but I think we made it also without having these bushes and mushrooms. But yeah, now it's getting more important.
Also a really nice lake here, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we do have some fish. Some lake fish.
So the tavern is our goal. Let's see. Can we build the tavern? Not yet. What does Oh! Now we can.
Yes! We're producing softwood beams. We can harvest underground resources now. Great. So we also have access to the all the mining buildings.
Okay, let's place a tavern.
Good.
Question where?
Yeah, let me see. I want to watch.
Yeah, so maybe somewhere here on top.
Yes.
I think there's a cool little top space here.
So they can have their lunch with a view.
Correct. So But we also need, I don't know, if is the market... we need another market in range.
Mm-hmm.
Let's first place some tables. Maurice, you're the marketplace expert.
Yes.
Sure, I get right on it.
Or I also love that you built a little fence around the pumpkin farm.
Yeah.
So cute. Nice sounding workers. Yeah, I mean, we've been playing for almost 2 hours now, and I think it's so great to just watch what we've created so far. I think it's not too bad. We go on a little hill here.
Yeah, and also I want to thank everybody who's participating in the screenshot channel in Discord. I'm really, this is something like a habit I have. I'm checking this area, this channel several times a day. I'm always happy to see your creations. So that's really, I really like this so much. Lots of talented artists, what we have here in the channel.
Yeah, sometimes we even do screenshot challenges around, some seasonal events. So it's not one planned at the moment, but we do them once in a while. And sometimes you can win cool stuff like merch or other things. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Tavern and decorations incoming. Yeah, because we're almost at the end of our stream. I'm waiting until we've built the tavern. If you have any questions, now is your time to ask them.
Yeah, Maurice, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Where's the pretzel?
I mean, I don't know. I wish I could find them.
I'm not so sure. If we have a little witch hut, maybe there's a pretzel.
And
Sounds dangerous.
We had a Christmas bread, so maybe there will be a pretzel at some point. We need the pretzels, but not right. Yeah, we just got some lovely feedback. Thank you, Kermit. Yeah. He says, thank you very much for giving us an insight into the new features and for always doing this live for us. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Really appreciate the feedback and I think it's so much fun. Yeah, really like doing these lives and getting in contact with you and answering your questions and just showing you what we have been working on in the past months. So yeah, that's really important to us to get your feedback and to have this exchange. Thank you.
I place here a table at the beach with a very winding road.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Look. The art director is doing his magic.
Yeah, this is a table for Dirk because I know that they always place a table somewhere like this. They love the Bretagne. I don't know, and this is a little shout out to his vacation.
Yeah, it's a long way for the cook to deliver the food, but it's worth it.
It's out of range, to be honest. But
is it? I didn't see. Yeah, it is.
But it's just for the vista, not for eating.
Yeah. Someone asked if the fences prevent enemies from reaching the inner part. That's a good question. I haven't tested that yet, but I think they're not supposed to be, right?
No, it's not a defensive structure, so it's not really possible to block the enemies most of the time. And if you're able, in some cases, then you're lucky.
Yeah. But yeah, look at this beautiful tavern space. Oh, and we found a treasure. We're really on a run right now here. With the tables here, I think soon Pagonians will come here to eat and have all the different comfort meals here and different food values. So yeah, it's really much more effective for the later parts of the game. And okay, we already have produced our first steel. That's great. We can show the settlement progression. This is what we reached so far. There's still 2 more milestones to go, so I think that was pretty great. We did pretty well in the 2 hours we played. And well, look at our beautiful settlement. I would say this is a good ending point for our stream. Yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys watching and yeah, writing comments in the chat and watching us play. We're so excited about the upcoming update, major economy update, which comes out really soon, hopefully. This is the alpha version. If you want to join as an early access player, you can still join the alpha test and give us feedback on the new settlement progression and map gen, new features, everything we've shown here. We will go into the beta also very soon, so you can also join that if you would like to wait for that. Yeah, thank you to Timm, thank you to Maurice for joining this cozy co-op session. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Totally,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had also so much fun building with you guys, such a cozy session without enemies, much to my happiness. So thank you guys for watching. We see you in the next one, I guess. And until then, see you in Pagonia. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a nice day.